Welcome to NovoEDTalks, where we reveal real-world strategies and expert insights from learning and development professionals. In every episode, we chat with practitioners, course designers, learning strategists, and business leads. We hear about their experiences in the learning industry and predictions for the profession and the trends that they're seeing. But before we get started, a little bit about NovoEd. Founded at Stanford's Social Algorithms Lab in 2012, NovoEd is a people-centric, capability-building platform that combines social and collaborative learning to drive performance readiness at scale. Through cohort-based experiences centered around human interaction, NovoEd taps into collective wisdom, placing each learner at the center of perspective, application, and expertise. Large enterprises such as 3M, GE, Marriott International, and Nestle partner with NovoEd to accelerate their critical initiatives, reconnect teams, and achieve rapid alignment through learning that is felt, experienced, and swiftly transformed into impact. Now, let's meet our guest for today's episode.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the NovoEDTalks podcast, a space for training trailblazers to get real. My name is Melissa Fisk. I'm the producer of the NovoEDTalks podcast, and today I am joined by Swati Valsangkar, who is the Senior Manager of Leadership Development at Atos. With over 17 years of experience in learning and development, she is dedicated to cultivating leaders and enhancing capabilities that fuel business growth and innovation. She specializes in designing and implementing global leadership development programs, collaborating with business and HR stakeholders to identify skills gaps, anticipate industry trends, and deliver impactful learning solutions. She also manages relationships with external learning partners to ensure high-quality development initiatives. Additionally, she focuses on building a talent and leadership academy with impactful programs that drive long-term growth and capability building. Her ultimate goal is to drive organizational success by fostering a culture of continuous learning and development. Swati, it is a pleasure to have you on the NovoEDTalks podcast today. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks, Melissa.
Awesome. Well, why don't you just get started by talking a little bit more about yourself, your phenomenal role, and your company a little bit?
Hi everybody, I'm Swati Valsangkar. I'm based out of Pune, India. I've been working in the Leadership and Talent Academy of Atos since about 8 to 9 years. Talking about Atos is a global leader in digital transformation. We have a workforce of approximately 100,000 plus employees in over 69 countries. We're a global leader in cloud computing, cybersecurity, high performance computing, and digital workplace solutions. My role, like Melissa said, she's explained it beautifully. So I have managed programs for various levels of leadership, from senior managers, from first-time managers to senior managers to directors, now executives. So recently I've moved to a more technology-driven role, which is creating training and development programs for emerging technology leaders. With that, I also look at identifying skill gaps and understanding what are the new things that we can give to our leaders across geographies. So I am working on in-house programs, building in-house programs, deploying them, and ensuring that they are successfully accepted across organizations. So that is my current role.
Wow, that is awesome. And what an exciting role that is. Why don't you talk a little about some of your learners now and what their challenges are?
Yeah, so over the last 9 years, so if we talk about, I have managed all the levels of leadership till now, starting from first-time managers to mid-senior level managers to C-level executives, and also high potential talents across Atos globally. Particularly within technology and digital transformation space. So the major challenges that they face today is adapting to digital transformation. Leaders must continuously evolve their skills to drive innovation and lead in tech-centric environment. They also have issues and they face difficulties in strategic decision making under uncertainty and leading through change. So if you've known about Atos, we're going through serious transformation in the last couple of years. And the managers need to have those skills to lead through change, to make high stake decisions amid fast changing global conditions. A lot of new managers are transitioning into new leadership roles. So, emerging leaders, first time leaders need more structured development and coaching to work more confidently into leadership. They also have, Atos being a global organization, a lot of people face issues in collaborating across geography. So they have this set of people that they're working continuously. But when it comes to collaborate, like across cultures, across people, on the other side of the globe, it gets tough. So we support them. We also help them. So they also have issues with being updated with the task strategic ambition, percolating it to their subordinates, and also having the skills of today. So these were the major issues that most of my target audience faces today.
Wow, that's incredible. And what a great background that you have to be able to come into this, though, with the different experiences with working with different levels of employees. I feel like that gives you probably really great insight into, I'm sure some of those challenges are, a little bit different at each level, but it still gives you like a holistic picture of the organization that you can kind of work from, which is awesome. What are some of your bigger like workforce development challenges and how are you approaching them?
Yeah, so one of our biggest workforce development challenges is helping leaders adapt to rapid digital and business change. As technology evolves, our leaders need new skills like digital thinking, agility, data-driven digital decision making, growth mindset, while still delivering results. So, how we approach them, of course, is building programs which are aligned to business goals. Our programs are aligned to Atos long-term strategy and transformation. We offer tailored development. So it is majorly on each level of leadership, from new managers to senior executives. We try and balance global and local needs. Of course, our programs are consistent worldwide, but we are flexible when it comes to the regional requirements. We have strong partnerships with top universities. So we have partnered with institutions like Harvard Business Publishing, Cambridge University, which bring in best learning experiences for our team. We also use a lot of data to improve. So we take real-time feedback from our participants, track outcomes to make our programs better. And we focus more on mindset. Yes, we teach hard skills, but we also focus on changing of mindset. Mindset, building more growth mindset, building resilience, adaptability, so they are more ready for the future.
That's awesome. So you're kind of answering my next question here, which is, as the skill sets needed for success continue to shift constantly, you talked about it, the rapid changes and having leaders keep up with that. But what strategies does your team use to kind of ensure that the workforce remains adaptable and prepared?
So here I say what, like I've been saying it since the beginning, we are focusing on building continuous learning culture wherein people can learn uh, wherever they are. They have curated leadership content. We promote self-driven and ongoing development. We have uh, personalized leadership journeys for all levels of leadership. Our programs are designed to meet leaders where they are, offering tailored learning path, coaching, and hands-on experience that evolve with their roles. We have strong external partnership. We take real-time feedback and analytics. Besides that, we have strong connection with the business leaders. We work very closely with them to identify emerging skills tied to digital transformation and strategic priorities.
Awesome. And how does you talked about it a little bit at the beginning as something that you do in your day-to-day role, but how does your team assess and address skills gaps to kind of stay agile in this changing workforce?
Yeah, so to stay agile, what our team does is, of course, we bring in a little more proactive and data-driven approach to identify and address skill gaps. What we do, we are connected with our business. We do a business aligned need analysis. We continuously engage with senior leaders and functional heads to understand evolving business priorities and the leadership capabilities required to support them. We follow talent and performance data. We use talent assessments, performance reviews to spot gaps at the individual, team, and organizational level. We also have an extensive competency framework which focuses on what are the micro skills required for leading your team, leading the organization, and leading the business. So we've identified uh, each and every skill that is possible to support our leaders drive change. So in the end, what matters is communication. Communication is the key, and as much as you're connected with your stakeholders, uh, it helps you identify skill gaps very well in advance.
Yeah, awesome. And then do you have any kind of like core KPIs that you use to measure the effectiveness of your programs as well?
Yeah, so generally, usual things that we, of course, that like each organization does, we follow participant feedback very much. We take our feedback very seriously. So if there's a feedback which is less in specific sessions, we identify people, we speak with them, we see what went wrong and stuff. We focus a lot on business impact and behavior change. So we have leadership bridge surveys, which identify what is the growth of a person at the beginning of the program until the end of the program. We conduct a lot of manager focus groups, so to identify what is the behavioral change in a participant from their managers. We do a connect and cascade with their subordinates. So overall, a 360-degree kind of an assessment that is done for the participants to understand what has been a business impact for them. We also follow program completion and engagement rates. We closely follow how the participants have been engaged, what is the completion rate throughout the program, and also we monitor participation, completion, engagement analytics across global cohorts. So over time, we assess how leadership development correlates with team performance, retention of key talents, and of course, organizational agility.
That's incredible. And do you have an example of a successful like case study or L&D or mentoring initiative at your organization that's like significantly impacted the overall performance of the organization?
Yeah, so I took over as a program director for one of our talent development programs for technology, and one of the participants were going to leave the organization, and they were nominated to be a part of this program as a retention measure, and they not just this completed the program with great feedback, but they also ended up becoming one of the known CTOs of the organization. And they have come to me saying that I'd like to contribute more towards the future technology leaders. So I feel really proud when I say that few of my programs have brought real changes in people's life. And that's what drives us as leadership L&D professionals, that people come to us saying that, okay, your program had made some uh, really, make some incredible change in my work style or as a person or as a manager that I want to be. They have helped me build a more, uh, a good leadership brand, a personal leadership brand for themselves. So there are many stories, but they are like one of this is from my talent program for technology leaders.
That's incredible. And what a great feeling. I mean, there's no better feeling than like getting that feedback, right? Where it's like you've actually made like positive
Yes.
change in someone's working
Yeah.
situation. That's great. Um, what role does technology play in your programs? Like, do you leverage certain tools and platforms to enhance your L&D experiences?
Yeah, so Atos being a tech organization in itself, technology plays a critical role in enabling the scale, personalization, and effectiveness of our leadership and talent development programs at Atos. We use it to enhance both learning delivery and mentoring engagement across global workforce. So we use it extensively for digital learning platforms. So we have collaborations with Harvard Business Publishing for providing on-demand learning platform called Harvard Management, or I'm sure a lot of other IT companies are using that. It provides access to world-class leadership content at any point of time and wherever the participants are while traveling, while being, sitting idle on the desk. they can access learning anywhere. So technology has helped us doing that. We also use its technologies in virtual classrooms and collaboration tools. So we use a lot of, Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and digital whiteboards to deliver interactive and instructor-led sessions and peer learning forums across time zones. We also have a mentoring and coaching portal. So, technology helps us to match mentors and mentees, track progress, facilitate goal setting, and we're using AI-based tool to make learning more impactful in terms of how an article can be converted into a podcast and how we can share it. So, just to make the sessions more impactful and the learning a little more impactful and how it was. So, yes, technology has helped us a lot.
That's incredible. And some great examples of how you're using tech there. I love that. Looking at the industry just kind of in general, and especially with your experience and working with a whole bunch of different groups of folks, as learning and development has obviously rapidly evolved over the past 5 years or so, what are some key takeaways that you've seen?
Yeah, so I think there's been a big shift from what it was a few years back to what it is now. So L&D and mentoring programs have undergone significant transformation driven by technology advances. Now we have AI helping us. We have various tools to support our learning sessions, making our programs more impactful, interactive. The workforce expectations have changed, and with the acceleration of digital transformation, there are a lot of changes that have come. So the major ta- uh, takeaways would be personalization is the key. L&D has shifted from one size fits all to personalized learning path. Employees now expect learning experiences. So now we do not call our programs as learning programs. We call it learning experience, which are tailored through their role, career stage, and learning preferences. So technology helps us personalize through AI-driven platforms. We are also talking about blended and digital learning. So with the rise of virtual classrooms, micro learning, blending learning models, digital learning platform have made learning more flexible and accessible. Previously, we used to have classroom sessions, so anybody missed it. But now it is more accessible, it's more flexible, and also, we are combining online learning with live interactive sessions, which are more effective at engaging diverse learning styles and global teams. We are also focusing, few things would be continuous and real-time learning. Like I've been saying, a continuous learning culture is the thing wherein we shift from traditional classroom training to continuous on-the-job training. So employees have different expectations now. They expect ongoing learning opportunities that allow them to pick new skills as they need them. They want us to be more proactive when it comes to identifying skill gaps, giving them learning programs for skills of the future. Learning is directly integrated to the workflow with just-in-time resources. So now we're also focusing on soft skills and leadership agility, which nobody is used to talk about maybe a few years back. Now we're talking more and more about building emotional intelligence, resilience, adaptability. These are more important than ever. L&D and mentoring are now placing greater focus in developing these soft skills, which help leaders manage change and drive innovation. We are working a lot towards social learning and collaboration. I remember we never had any alumni group for our programs. Now, today we have alumni groups for mostly all our flagship programs, which encourage learning through social platform, peer groups, and learning forums have increased. We're also focusing a lot of employee engagement and experience. Previously, we used to share our programs and we used to get feedback. Now we are focusing more on employee experiences. The programs are designed according to employee experience, ensuring that learning is not just about acquiring new skills, but also engaging employees, boosting their morale, supporting their career development in a meaningful way. So I think these would be few of my takeaways from from last 5 years.
Yeah, those are great takeaways. And I think things we talk about and hear and like see time and time again when we ask this question. And I think you just like captured that perfectly as some of like the biggest takeaways just across the industry in general for what we're moving towards. Kind of on the flip side of that question, how is your team maybe you've talked about it a little bit, leveraging how is your team leveraging technology to enhance experiences, but also kind of to prepare for the next 5 years?
So now we are focusing more on integrating learning more seamlessly into everyday workflow of leveraging tools like micro learning modules, mobile learning platforms. So I feel next 5 years, people would not have much time to give like 1 day for a workshop or 2 days for a workshop. We have to continuously work towards bringing learning to the everyday workflow of every employee. Like, we have to integrate these learning through bite-sized learning content, courses, resources directly within the platforms which they're working on, making learning a continuous part of their work day. And also, we need to focus more on collaborative and social learning platforms. Now learning is not an individual thing. People learn a lot through peer learning. So, expanding the use of social learning platforms, peer-to-peer networks, creating more spaces for employees to share knowledge, ask questions, and solve challenges together. We are also fostering towards more connected, engaged workforce. So these platforms also support informal mentoring and help build strong internal communities.
That's awesome. And so true. And I think you just with everything like going tech, AI, speed of light right now, like everything changing like so quickly. I feel like sometimes, we're all curious individuals and a lot of us like more so than others and we're experimenting with these tools and I think sometimes, there's no way that like there's going to be one team or one group of folks at a company themselves that can like experiment or learn about all of these tools and pick which ones are going to be best. So I think like learning from one another and how folks are using these tools is really going to be, something that we see a lot of in the future. So I love your response to that. Thank you. To close on a positive note, this is always my favorite question to ask. What's the most important lesson that you've learned on your career journey that you would pass on to someone just starting out on theirs?
I think, one of the important lessons that I have learned is the power of adaptability, both in how we approach learning and in how we lead others through change. The world of L&D is constantly evolving. What we used a few years back is totally obsolete today. And we have we need to have the ability to embrace change, experiment with new tools and methods, listen to feedback is crucial for long-term success. What I also say is, stay curious, always be curious, stay open to new ideas, focus on creating value for your learners. What drives me even today is when, learning makes meaningful differences in people's life. They come to me and say that this program had changed me, the way I look, the way I act as a manager, the way I lead. And that's what drives you. And that comes when you focus on creating real value for learners. It's just not about delivering content, it's about designing experiences that inspire growth, drive engagement, align with business needs. Understanding broader organizational content and the future element of learning will help uh, the new people create more impactful programs. Last but not least, never underestimate the importance of building strong leadership. The people I have worked in the beginning are still connected with me, with learners, leaders, external partners. Build strong collaboration and trust, build trust, which are going to be the foundation for developing effective L&D programs that truly make a difference. So I think that would be my message to the youngsters.
That's great. Great, great insight there, Swati. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for joining us today on the NovoEDTalks podcast.
Thank you, Melissa, for having me. It was a wonderful experience for me too.
Awesome. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in to NovoEDTalks once again.